Well, I don't know anyone who doesn't love the smell and the sound of rain, especially as relief from the heat. But things can go from relaxing to disastrous pretty quickly if you don't take Mother Nature seriously. Here with some advice on getting through monsoon in one piece is Courtney Bear from Pima County Department of Emergency Management. Courtney, thanks for joining us today.
Sure, Alex. Thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure. You know, every year people think it's just a little rain. How much harm could it actually do? But why do we take monsoon so seriously?
Right. A lot of us wait for this all year. It's a big season for us, and it freshens up the desert, and it's really great. The problem is it can be very unpredictable about where it's going to hit and where it's going to come. And every year we get kind of complacent and, make sure we have things ready and we're ready for whatever comes our way and prepared.
Yeah, and there's some essential things you can do to sort of prepare for this, right? So how can people sort of get ready?
Sure, it can be simple things like individually, like making sure your windshield wipers are fresh and new so you're not reducing your visibility when the rain, making sure you have a communication plan with your family, you know how to get a hold of them, where they're going to be. Make sure you're prepared for power outages or anything else that could come along like that, and able to take care of yourself for 72 hours. So refreshing that emergency plan that you should have for any type disasters all year long. Right,
and I think also you have to have a healthy helping of common sense, right? If you see a flooded road, basically don't touch it, right?
Exactly. These things come down and it can be raining real hard in one area, and you're in an area where it's not, but then a wall of water can hit you driving around in your car. So being aware of your surroundings, knowing what time of day it's going to be affected, moving your travel around. And we generally know when it's going to be a bad monsoon day, and maybe change your travel plans and things like that.
Right, and how many times have we seen that car stuck in the road, in the water? You don't want to be that person.
Exactly, because there's always one person that goes, well, it's not really that much, but 6 inches of water can wipe a person off their feet, and 12 inches or so can wipe your car down the road. So it's really essential that you be aware of that. Don't go through washes. You know where the problem areas are, and avoid those at all costs. And there's lots of other things you can do to prepare. Flood insurance, if you're in a flood-prone area, the National Flood Insurance Program, look into that. Your homeowner's insurance doesn't automatically cover you for flooding, so speak with them about maybe getting that coverage, and renters can get it too. We're having a Monsoon Safety Awareness Week this week. The state declared it, Pima County Board of Supervisors declared it last week. So we're just out there putting the awareness out, and there will be a Monsoon Safety Fair coming up on Thursday at Park Mall from 10 to 2. And you can come get all sorts of preparedness information there from a variety of first responder departments and other county departments, National Weather Service.
Perfect. And the fact is, like you said, you can't put this on alone. You're not the only one who's giving people resources. So what are the other departments that are sort of getting in the boat with you, so to speak?
Sure. We just did an exercise series with Pima County Regional Flood Control District. They're integral when responding to these types of incidents. They know the data of where things flood, and we work with them to be prepared. We work with our first responder agencies. You'll see a lot of first responder agencies out right now doing their swiftwater rescue training, getting ready for the season that we all know is coming.
Right, swiftwater rescue, and those are just some of the ways that they train, right? What are some other things that they do to sort of prepare for saving people if they have to?
Well, they're on call. They know what they're doing. They have their right equipment, making sure they're equipped and ready to go. And we support that activity by training and exercise. We train with them when we can. We have those exercises like I mentioned with the flood control district. So when it really does happen, we're familiar with each other's faces. We know what's going on. We know how the others are going to operate and what we can do to support those incident commanders out in the field that are responding to incidents like this.
Well, and like we were saying, this happens every year, but people tend to forget how dangerous they can be. So every year it's good to have that training and to have the reminder for people too that you really have to take these things seriously. And there's also nice customized alerts that they can get through the department.
We just rolled out about 8 months ago a system called Everbridge, and you can get to it by going to myalerts.pima.gov, and you can sign up in there. You can get customized notifications to you. The more ways that you put in there we can get a hold of you, the better off you're going to be, the faster we're going to be able to get a hold of you in an emergency. If you need to know about evacuations, if you need to know about power outages or things like that, we can use that system. We just recently used it at the sawmill and the mulberry fires, and it turned out to be pretty successful.
Wow, yeah, this is some serious stuff. I mean, people have access to these alerts. They're going to be up to date on all the information. You guys do such a great job of letting people know what's going on, and if they really have a good head on their shoulders, they'll prepare themselves.
Exactly.
And they'll have these alerts on. So Courtney, as you always come and you will tell us about the disasters that could happen in our town. People don't think it can happen, but it can. So I want to thank you so much for coming on.
You bet. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Now you can learn more about our upcoming weather at the Monsoon Safety Fair on Thursday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Park Place, and be sure to sign up for emergency alerts, like we were saying, at myalerts.pima.gov. And for any other questions, you can call 724-9300.